hard to replicate urgency sometimes early in the season, especially for a team that's won a championship. Do you think it's an urgency problem, or do you think it's something else?
No, I don't think it's an urgency problem overall, because I think there's been plenty of times that we've gotten off to really good starts in the first quarter. And then, as I mentioned, within the last week, I think the danger zone has been the kind of closing of that first start of the second quarter. If it was every night we're just getting down 15 from Jump Street, then I would say probably urgency. But I've done some digging too, and which is my job. And last 5 games, we're 30th in defensive rating, third in offensive rating. And as I told our players, we are just not defending well enough, but we're just so disconnected defensively. You know, this is the first time I've seen 5 guys out there. We always say 5 guys on a string covering for each other. And it's been a lot of 5 guys just out there and no one really covering for each other, no one really flying around to help each other out. And I asked them, how can we go from being 8th in defensive efficiency last year, and now in the last 5 games we're 30th, bottom of the barrel. And so that's our challenge. It's great that we're 3rd in offense, but in this league, if you don't defend, you're not going to win. We scored 122 in L.A. We gave up 126. And so we'll have to find a way to move out of last position and move our way up to where we should be. And it won't happen overnight, but that's where it has to begin, Ryan. If we can start defending, starts in transition, goes into our paint, we don't rebound at all. Obviously, defending without fouling plays a part in it, but there's so many areas of improvement on that end of the floor, and that's got to be the case tonight against a team that we know is capable of putting up really big numbers.
Coach, when you're disconnected, is that more an effort thing or communication or a combination of the two?
No, I mean, sometimes there's effort, but you just don't have 5 guys playing as one, covering for each other. You know, we were forced to double team and throw some bodies at James Harden the other night. So when you put 2 on the ball, you need 3 other guys to fly around and rotate. And so we were putting 2 on the ball, and then there was no rotation behind it. So, yes, it could be effort, it could be communication, it could be discipline, it could be concentration. I think it's a lot of those things combined, but what can help all of it is just you guys have heard me say for so long, you're probably tired of hearing it. I've always felt our team was different than a lot because I felt that we played for each other. And lately I feel like we're playing with each other. And for me, maybe for you guys not so much, but for me there's a huge difference. Every team plays with each other. We're all wearing the same jersey. But we have to get back to playing for each other on both ends. That's not just coming down and making a nice pass. That's if somebody gets beat, I'm there to help him. And as I help him, somebody's got my back. And it's those kind of rotations over and over and over again that allow you to be a top 10 defense like we were last season.
What things do you think fostered playing for each other in the past?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
What things do you think fostered playing for each other in the past that are absent this year?
That's a great question. You know, I don't know if it's guys are just kind of caught up in themselves right now. You know, just worried about, I think we have too many people worrying about why am I coming out of the game? How many shots am I getting? How many minutes am I getting? And when you start having those kind of thoughts, that trickles down. And now you have a lot of me. And that can never be the case. So when you have everybody just sacrificing for the greater good, which we've had plenty of examples of in the last 10 years, especially the last 6 with our playoff runs, that allows guys to just not be worried about what's happening to them. Just be happy for the team, be happy for your teammate, and do whatever it takes to win a game. That's what you love about Nikola for years now. He might score 6 points. He's one of the rare superstars that after scoring 6 points in a win was happy as can be because he's never about himself. He just wants to win. And other guys as well. It's not just Nicole that wants to win. We have a lot of guys that want to win. We just have to get back to that. And we're 10-8. We're 2-3 in our last 5. We're 3-5 in our last 8. And in order for us to get back to playing consistent basketball, once again, it's going to have to start with the defense.
Is it difficult to have a collective mindset change in that way in the middle of a season? Is it something that if you bring it to guys' attention that it can kind of flip a switch that easily? How do you?
Yeah, well, I think we've had it this year. I mean, it's not like, I know we're 10-8 and everybody wants us to be, 18 and whatever, but like we had a 5-game home stretch where we beat some really good teams. We had guys out. We were undermanned. We beat OKC. We beat Dallas in a great game. So we've shown who we are. Our problem is we have not shown it consistently enough. So I don't think it's about flipping a switch necessarily. It's just about, everybody every single day coming into work saying, what do I have to do to help this team win? And if everybody does that, then obviously you can move forward in the right direction.
Paul Millsap retired today. Obviously, he was here for 4 years. But how just impactful was he in terms of kind of the maturation of what was then a young core?
Yeah, obviously, when I saw the news, I reached out to him and congratulated him on a hell of a career. And feel really fortunate to have had a chance to get to know Paul Millsap, his family, to coach Paul Millsap. And I couldn't agree more, Vinny. I think he was a guy that, one of the many examples of a guy that wasn't here for the championship, that was a big part of that championship. And I think that's the best way you can kind of put it into terms. Even though he wasn't here when we hung a banner, didn't get a ring, Paul Millsap helped lay a foundation and establish a culture that allowed us to be a team that could win a championship. His toughness, coming to work every day, and like I said, I just feel really fortunate to know that I have a relationship with a guy like Sap. Draymond for me, has always been like the heartbeat of that team. The heart and soul of that team, and obviously when they had Steph and Clay and they had the greatest shooting backcourt, all that. Now they have Steph, who will go down as the greatest shooter of all time. But Draymond, to me, was the facilitator, the heartbeat, the connector, all the intangibles, the toughness, the leadership. So when you don't have a guy like that, now you're asking Kuminga, Kyle Anderson, some of the other guys to step up in his place and try to replicate that to the best of their ability, which is not easy because Draymond is one of one. And I have a lot of respect for his game and his career and everything that he's done. But we know we'll have our hands full. I reminded our guys, they've lost 4 in a row. All right, so yeah, we're 2 and 3 in a row. They're going to come in here really, really urgent and desperate, and we don't have to match that, Katie. We have to exceed that from Jump Street and not wait to kind of get into the game and feel the game. We have to hit this game running, and hopefully we can do that. Thanks, everybody.